playing with me. Certified. What else you got in your Mary Poppins bag? Oh, I got some keys and a broken pop socket. I got my lipstick. Confidence is a stain you can't wipe out. Little elf on the shelf. I got some sewing supplies. I got some needles. Wow, you stick a needle in your eye. I had some crochet needles. Got all my receipts. Got all my receipts. I got a bunch of the fish eaters hook. I got some napkins just in case. I got a pair of scissors. And I can do the sewing. Every day it'll be fine, Danielle. It'll be fine. All those police, every time the police pulled me over and were questioning me and searching me and what is this? What is this? It's soap. It's in my tin, in my reusable cannabis container, my metal cannabis container that I paid for. A soap. I put some soap in there just in case. You wash your mouth out with soap. Ooh, bubbles. Shut up. Just brush my hair. You know what? Fork you. I just died. The last police officer, he's going through my bag and he's like playing with the plastic baggie that I have with that I put my toothbrush in my bag because I didn't have a container because it was just a regular toothbrush, not my electric toothbrush that came with the case. Why do I refuse to help myself? So I had just a the black baggie that I put my toothbrush in, so it was all white inside the bag, and they're all, is this drugs? Is this drugs? Like, shut up. I don't know why you don't refuse to get help for yourself. In my Mary Poppins bag. If you need, I've got needles and thread. I've got crochet hooks, whatever. This isn't playing a game. This is real. This is real life. When I realized this is really real. What do you got? Now I have a case of cold quesadilla. Why don't you go make yourself a dang quesadilla? Scooter has none of that. He's colorblind. He wouldn't know what a red flag was or a green flag was unless I... Sharks with freaking laser beams on their heads. You know, be a horse surgeon? Shut up. What was the girl's name? Veruca, right? Veruca was the one who turned into the blueberry. She wasn't listening to Charlie. What's his name? Willy Wonka? Willy? Whoa. She wasn't listening. Those children, all your children, she wasn't listening. She turned into a blueberry. Same thing, Scooter's sitting at home drinking his iced coffee out of his tiki cups, his collectible tiki mugs. His iced coffee, Stella I'm gonna do an experiment. She's taking ice cubes and putting them in the ice cube tray. Taking blueberries and putting them in the ice cube tray. We have we had 3 ice cube trays in the freezer. Because our freezer was really small, so then his iced coffee, we had to have 3 ice cube trays, and he went through all 3 of them every day. Pretty much. So he had to constantly refill the ice cube trays. I refilled them every day because he would just leave them on the counter. So anyway, Stella, she's in there while I'm refilling them. Puts a blueberry in each of them. And I tell him, I said out loud, I was like, Scooter, watch out, because thinking he's paying attention. Oh, he's safe. He's sane. He's paying attention. He's paying attention to everything that's going on. No, he's in there. I don't know if Stella was at school or if she was home or whatever, but he's in there just drinking his iced coffee. All of a sudden, thunk, sucks up the blueberry. I told you. Don't use that ice cube tray. What the hell? Whoever wronged me the most, Stella. Thank you, Stella. Thank you. I hate you so much. Yeah, that was in God's hands. You're in God's hands now. Oh my God. When people say, bless you.
Hey. Hi. Unfortunately, we are going to be closing down a bit earlier than we expected because we are having small maintenance issues.
Oh gosh, is it from the freaking water thing leaking up there?
We're just having issues with the water right now, so we're just trying to get everyone out safely.
Okay, no problem.
We can close down.
No worries.
Get it fixed sooner.
No worries. The water main keeps breaking up there, just wasting all of our resources. This is expensive. What's your job, serving ice water in hell? Because it's their water here. They do see tripla downwind from the sewage treatment plant. Gross. Oh, you're gonna have to pay for that, and it keeps breaking. Oh, this. No worries.
It's okay, bump into her, it's fine.
No!
Yes.
Yes! He's just in here. Take her out with the door! Do you guys still at least get paid?
Yeah.
Good. Damn. You guys heard that, right? He was just condoning violence on his employee, his coworker. Tiki Bob's is in Pontiac. It was a club. It was a dance club. The bar, Tiki Bob's Cantina. Before Christ. Yeah, we were going there from 18. We had to pregame if we were going to drink. Where were we getting the alcohol from? Aaron, Jenny's husband. Aaron Huff. Oh, Huff and Huff. You liars. And then they kept saying they were talking about the 9/11 being an inside job before he got me pregnant with Wednesday. That's where it's like you're extra dumb. Hello, how are you all? Awfully silent. She was talking to me, but she was reading my hat. She was talking to me. She wasn't even looking me in the eye. Invite Alejandro. Hello, Elaine and Allie. Yeah, the water main up there keeps breaking, and they have to like tear up the cement. I was told by another employee that this happened. It happens frequently, and they still haven't fixed it. They still haven't fixed it. All of our precious resources. Water's expensive because Katie's house, they were on a well because they were on a creek. It was a canal actually. My roots, or what is it? I have no roots because my soul is never on the ground. The canal. Taking the pontoon through the canal, only certain people. We had to, only like 1 or 2 people, depending on how low or high the canal was when we wanted to go out to the lake, could drive the boat out. And then the rest of us had to pack up on the golf cart and go down to the beach. And we needed the golf cart to carry all of our stuff, our beach stuff, the cooler and all that, if it wasn't on the boat. What is this all for? So they had well water anyways. They had well water there, obviously. So that was the first house I ever went. Her dad installed a reverse osmosis water system in their house like a long time ago. They had a little, it wasn't very big, like it's not like you could drink out of it all day. But there was a little spout on the side of the sink. And that was after high school, after my chemistry teacher already told us and taught us that that's the best water you can drink, the cleanest water you can drink. Hello. Is everybody buying their bidets and stuff? When other countries that where water is scarce, and then the sewage treatment. Oh, and then Aaron Huff with the squatty potty. Are you getting a squatty potty? And then the freaking the Slumdog Millionaires. In the other countries where they already had bidets, and like that's just standard across. It's almost like money grows on trees or something. And then COVID happens and everybody buying bidets instead of trying to go. Me telling my kids about the COVID, 2020 COVID or whatever, about the toilet paper. What the fuck is toilet paper? That lady, the Slumdog Millionaires, the $1 million cheapskates, that one lady who was like a millionaire before she was like 40 years old, living at home with her boyfriend. She's like, instead of turning off the light, she's just unscrewing the light bulb completely. She just light bulb, she's peeing in jars and throwing it outside instead of flushing the toilet. All your white privilege. Quit white-splaining to me. Because I went back into my house, and then when I went back into my house all those times, like nothing had changed over those couple months. I went a couple times without the police. Like I went back to my house and whatever, because Scooter had security cameras in the house and outside of the house. He knew I was there or whatever. I'm not doing anything. But when I went to the house and I went downstairs into our bathroom in the basement, and I had just bought a whole case of toilet paper, and then I bought a little rack for our bathroom, a little metal rack. It was like $7 or something like that to put our washcloths and toilet paper, so you could have if you ran out of toilet paper, it was right there. You could grab it instead of under the sink. Because I didn't have a whole lot of space in my bathroom, and actually that was like a good use of the space. I had like the hand towels folded there and everything. And we used Scott's toilet paper. Scott was the team leader at Whole Foods. We used Scott's toilet paper always because we had a sewer. We had a what the hell do you call it? A septic tank in our first house. So we just used that toilet paper forever. That's what I grew up on. Thank you. And then with our house having to multiple times, the one time Scooter we actually had to rent. We didn't have a big enough vehicle, that tiny little Ford Focus. We couldn't rent machinery. We couldn't rent a freaking carpet cleaner and this and that and get it back and forth to the house. We'd have to ask for help. That's why we ended up just buying the carpet cleaner. The one carpet cleaner got it on clearance for like $100 at Target. Our first big purchase, home purchase, adulting purchase together. For the cat and the dog in the apartment, so we wouldn't get charged. Anyways, I went back into my house, and because we had an old, we were hooked up to the city. We didn't have a septic tank, but we had old pipes, and we had that huge tree. We had roots growing into our pipes, so every year, every season, we needed to go through and snake the drains and clear out all the roots and everything, because it still didn't matter what kind of toilet paper we used to clear. That's home maintenance. We had to do that. That was our responsibility as homeowners if we didn't want our sewage backing up into our basement, because it was just an open hole in the floor. Like, you flush the toilet, you could see It ready. I think it was the water, the wastewater, so it wasn't as the solids. But you could see it, and if that backed up, it's right there. You can't even walk into the basement. It's everywhere. That's disgusting. We're gonna have to bleach them. We're gonna have to bleach them. So anyways, when I went back into the house, Scooter was still using my Costco membership. He was on the membership, but it was my Costco membership that I asked for. And he bought Kirkland toilet paper instead of Scott's toilet paper. And then the toilet down there in the basement, he hadn't even cleaned it. It had like black mold, mildew, because it was in the basement and it was just sitting where he wasn't even using it, the toilet. But he didn't clean the toilet. Like all of that time, he didn't have to work for 3 months. He had 3 months to clean and organize Stella's room, playroom, do all of that stuff. Nope, he did nothing that entire time but sit around and act like it was his house and this and that. When I went back into the house in January and I went up into Stella's room to wake them up, after his mom dragged Wednesday out of the house, and then I left the house for the night and came home early in the morning to get them ready for school, to be there when they woke up, and she just kept them and didn't even bring them home the night before because I just left after that. Because I wasn't going to be alone in the house with him, especially without Wednesday or Stella there. Stella asked to go to Grammys. She came over to me and she said, Mama, can I go to Grammys? And I was like, yeah, go ahead, honey. Like, I don't care. But then she dragged Wednesday out of the house while she was calling for me. And that's when I called the police, and the police didn't even talk to me. He ran outside on the front porch and was talking to the police officer. I'm just still standing there in shock, waiting to talk to the police officer. Like, he's fucking crazy. I don't know what he's out there saying. He's out there just saying a bunch of bullshit to this police officer. I don't want to go near him. I don't want to go anywhere near him. I walk over to the door, and then I notice his mom left her purse sitting there in all of this, because that was, planned for her to just drag Wednesday out of the house. She needed 2 hands to drag Wednesday, pick Wednesday up and drag her out of the house, traumatizing my child. But yeah, then he had enough money to go buy a whole other case. The case of Scott's toilet paper was full there. Then he went and bought a whole other case of toilet paper. That isn't the kind of toilet paper that we needed to be using for the house. Like, he knew that. Like, you're dumb. You're dumb. Just stop. What was Bam Margera's uncle's name? I can't even remember his name. Sitting at Tiki Bob's meeting all the young girls. Oh, they're 18 and up. They have to be 18 and up to be in here. I had a picture with him and then I got rid of it. I was like, oh, I don't want anybody. It was actually like a printed out photo. I don't want anybody to see this evidence. Burn that. I like how you're all just sitting here trying to talk about me and this and that and what I'm doing. Just completely ignoring me, acting like what I'm saying isn't true. Like, oh, just trying to find anything. No, the shit I did was embarrassing enough. It's my life. Dun 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 dun. Bam. Because there's a done highway. That's it. You're done. I'm done with you. That wasn't his name. What was his name? Always pranking him. Oh, come on. You were supposed to be the Funkle. Oh, that was on television. That was on paid for cable television. And now it's on the internet forever. Do not send us your tapes and recordings. We will not open them or watch them. Down, down, down. I didn't do that. I didn't. I want my MTV. No, they'll grab it. They already had it. The milk crate challenge. The milk crate. My favorite was, I'm gonna get a hoverboard. My nephew, when he got enough money on his birthday to get a hoverboard, to buy himself a hoverboard. All the videos after these people, like Back to the Future, your hoverboard, just boom, just taking out the TV, busting shit out. Pop a wheelie. It's like trying to find a balance on a paddleboard. Driving around your Segways. Well, you need to go, you go panhandling, use some handle. Why don't you get a handle on this situation? Everybody, oh, they paid for that. You couldn't pay us enough. And then they put that shit on the internet for free. There's some dumb shit. Like I didn't see Bam sitting there talking with his tinfoil hat on. Doing all his interviews with his tinfoil hat. Oh. You're outer space. Gary. That video I just saw of that old lady. He likes me more than he likes you. And then she shows the picture of the other lady and then the old guy. He fucks me more than he fucks you. She's standing there. She's like in her 70s, 80s. But no, it's for children. That's inappropriate. He chose me, yeah. Yeah. Oh. my gosh. You guys are out of control. You think, oh, these kids these days. Kids these days. She put that on the internet. Now you're on the internet forever. Yeah. What I'm doing, my Mary Poppins bag with my quesadilla and my fork and my sewing supplies. I'm more of a respectable lady than you are. With my crochet hooks. Where are we at? What planet am I on? I'm gonna go get the bag. I'm gonna go get the bag. This is America. Could you imagine if Melania was on TikTok doing that to Ivanka or Ivana? And we were all like, what was his name? I thought, what was his name? I keep wanting to say Uncle Guido. That wasn't his name though. Thank you. Stupid Steve Osborne. I saw everything I needed to see. Oh, that's it. I'm done with you guys. Was that at the same time? That was like right before Teen Mom. That was like nothing but BS, Bad Santa. I didn't even watch that whole movie. I was like, no. A wholesome family movie for children. '90s and early 2000s MTV was like the best. Late '90s. Repping for my '90s kids. And then they took the music away. Everybody, I always missed the countdown. And then they wouldn't even play the whole fucking music video. They do the countdown and then they wouldn't even play the whole music video. It's so irritated. What is this? How many people in the world saw Christina Aguilera's Genie in a Bottle for the very first time aired at like midnight or whatever it was? Late night on MTV, saw that music video, that song aired on MTV for the first time. I did. Did you? Did you? I was the first. I was one of the people. Christina Aguilera better switch me chairs. No. No. The coffee beans. Oh, roasted. Roasted. It's a light roast. It's a little roasted. Yep, I'm baked. No, they're actually roasted. Oh, fuck around and roast everybody. Nope, not stoned or fucked up or high. High on caffeine? High in the sky? Why don't you go get a job, the jobby nooners? Oh, my mom had Starbucks money. No, actually, that's terrible. Yeah. Oh, for your kidneys? Yeah. To get all the caffeine, all the coffee. The girl math. Actually, I get a venti with no ice, and then I get a cup of ice on the side, and I have more coffee. Girl math. Oh, the math be mathin' on that one. Listen, I don't know what level of Land of Oz I'm on. Your ounces, the venti grande, whatever. Yep. Back in Michigan. I have a TikTok of it. I made a TikTok of me sitting at the park next to Meyer. Oh yeah, you hate it here? You don't like it here? Then leave. If you don't like it here, then leave. Scooter in his text message while he's grocery shopping at Meyer text messages me, I hate it here. The city of Ypsilanti and Ann Arbor. If you don't like it here, then leave. Like, shut up. Quit your bitching. Right, Sandy? I think you have bipolar. Do you have bipolar disorder or something?
Both of them said, what hurt? She was like,
can scroll back. It was summertime of last year. It'll be showing up in my, it was definitely not this time of year because it was cold. It was cold outside still. It was in the summertime. You'll have to wait a few months. Would you like me to go find it for you and I'll repost it? Pin it of me crocheting this? Oh, okay. I don't know, maybe I can find the original when I made Chusnaka after the Oregon police cut my purse, my ratty Walmart purse that I had been carrying around. I needed to get a new one anyways. They said, oh, I was resisting arrest. No, I wasn't. And then they were like, oh, they weren't gonna uncuff one arm to take my purse off. We're gonna have to cut your purse. Are you fucking kidding me? You're gonna destroy my personal property? You're arresting me because I locked my keys in my car and was calling 911 on you because you're dumb. You're a bunch of grown-ass men and can't help me. Showed up to help me and make sure everything was okay and that I was safe. Because somebody called and you were so concerned about me being fine all by myself in my car on TikTok that you had to come and get your 15 minutes of fame, and then you sat there and waited outside to help me, and then you couldn't help me, and then you destroyed my personal property and threw me in jail for telling you all you're a bunch of dumb bitches. That's abuse of calling 911. I didn't call the police there in the first place. Somebody else did. Why aren't they in jail? That's abuse of 911. And then you're here to help me, and you can't help me get my keys out of my car so that I am not left outside my car overnight with no resources, no nothing. For the record, so then I had to make Chusnaka. I made Chusnaka out of my old jeans and yarn from Walmart to make my own purse because I didn't have enough money to buy it. I don't know, somebody anonymously called while I was on TikTok live. Because you were stalking and harassing me. They were concerned about me. I wasn't talking about anything. I wasn't making any threats or doing anything. I was just on TikTok, chit-chatting, on live. I don't know. Why would you sit there and call the police on somebody like that for no reason? Because that's abuse of 911. You're wasting police officers. 4 police officers? 3 police vehicles and 4 police officers? That's a abuse of people's time and money. There could have been a real emergency where you could have went and helped somebody. No, they weren't. They weren't. They were doing it just to harass me because you're a bully. To harass and bully me. Nope, I don't have enough money to be medicated. It's too expensive here. It wasn't that expensive in Michigan. I haven't had enough money to make it worthwhile. I'm paying like twice the amount, half the amount for a half for an 8-er is like $30, or you could get a half for $60. So 3.5 grams versus 14 grams. It would last a lot longer if I just got a half instead of spending that money. But I haven't had enough money at a time to be able to budget and be able to get the most for my money and stay medicated for less money. Does that make sense? Girl math. Girl math. I think that's like grown-ass woman mother math. When I could get 99 cent, if I could get 99 cent pre-rolls at $73 with tax or whatever, so 70 pre-rolls, 70 grams. I could get 70 grams in Michigan for the same amount of money. That would have lasted me 2.5 months. A gram a day. Over a month and a half. Yeah, the math ain't math, and you're not being responsible with your money, blah, blah, blah. Hello. Why is that so important? Because you're stealing my money. You're forcing me to be unmedicated and doing all of this stuff to me. When why is that so important? You locked me in a mental hospital over cannabis. Oh, your THC levels are high. I don't give a fuck. Those doctors, all those doctors that I spoke to, that I initially spoke with and was telling my story, were biological males. And then they called another doctor in there that was obviously trans, was obviously a trans male to female. And you want to sit here and fucking tell me I have a mental health disorder and this, that, and the other thing. No, go fuck yourselves.
In their house.